Hidden within the history of a quiet English town lies a dark and unsettling mystery. It begins in the early 1970s when two boys in Hexham, England, made a discovery that would unleash a series of chilling, inexplicable events. This is the story of the Hexham Heads stone relics that defy explanation and terrify all who encounter them. The question remains, are these stone heads cursed, or is there something more sinister lurking behind them? In 1971, two young brothers, Colin and Leslie Robson, were playing in their backyard in Hexham. While digging in the dirt, their shovels hit something hard. They unearthed two peculiar stone heads, each about the size of a tennis ball. One head looked like it had a masculine face, rough and primitive. The other had more delicate features, almost feminine. The boys, unaware of the ominous presence they had just brought to light, took the heads inside, excited by their mysterious find. Shortly after bringing the heads home, strange occurrences began to plague the Robson household. Objects moved on their own. Footsteps were heard when no one was there, and the children claimed to see a shadowy figure lurking around the house. The most terrifying event happened when the family spotted a half-human, half-wolf-like creature in their garden, staring at them with glowing eyes. Panic-stricken, they knew these stone heads had brought something Disturbed by malevolent the terrifying into their lives. events, the Robson family decided to get rid of the heads. They gave them to a local historian, who then passed them to a noted archaeologist, Dr. Anne Ross. But even Dr. Ross wasn't spared from the stone heads' curse. Soon after taking them home, she began experiencing vivid nightmares of a terrifying wolf-headed man. One night, she woke to see the creature standing at the foot of her bed, staring at her with eyes filled with malice. After Dr. Ross returned the heads, she thought the nightmares would stop, but the strange happenings continued. The heads were transferred to a museum for analysis, but the mystery deepened. No one could explain their origin. Some believed they were Celtic relics, others thought they were the product of witchcraft. People who came in contact with the heads reported feelings of unease, dizziness, and even sightings of the wolf-headed creature. The legend of the Hexham Heads had now taken on a life of its own. Over the years, various theories have emerged about the Hexham Heads. Some say they are ancient Celtic talismans, used in rituals long forgotten. Others believe they are the result of a curse placed by a witch centuries ago. Despite numerous investigations, no one has been able to pinpoint their true origin or explain the strange events surrounding them. The heads remain an enigma, a chilling reminder of the unknown forces that may be at play. To this day, the Hexham Heads continue to baffle historians, archaeologists, and paranormal enthusiasts. Their exact origin remains unknown, and their dark history is filled with more questions than answers. Are they mere relics from the past, or are they something more sinister, cursed by a forgotten ritual? One thing is certain: whoever comes into contact with these stone heads is forever haunted by their presence. Perhaps some mysteries are better left unsolved. Hidden beneath the arid sands of New Mexico lies a dark and chilling secret. An unsolved mystery that has haunted the city of Albuquerque for over a decade. This is the story of the West Mesa Bone Collector, a serial killer who preyed on the most vulnerable and left a trail of terror buried deep in the desert. It was February 2nd, 2009, when a woman taking her dog for a walk stumbled upon something unusual in the barren landscape of the West Mesa. A human bone, bleached white by the sun, was lying exposed on the ground. This discovery would soon reveal one of the most horrific crime scenes in American history. As the police arrived and began their investigation, they realized this was no ordinary discovery. The skeletal remains of 11 women were found buried in shallow graves. The victims, aged 15 to 32, had all disappeared between 2001 and 2005. They were daughters, sisters, and mothers who had vanished without a trace, now lying forgotten in the desert. The identities of these women were uncovered one by one. Michelle Valdez, a young woman with dreams of a better life. Victoria Chavez, who struggled with addiction. And Silania Edwards, the only African-American victim, just 15 years old at the time of her death. All had troubled pasts and were involved in drugs or sex work, making them easy prey for a predator lurking in the shadows.